Hey guys, welcome in the section of teaching English as a second language. You can find here 2 teaching units containing video tutorials, lesson plans and all the necessary materials. The units were planned while focusing on 5 main principles of teacher's approach. Learner-centered approach, creativity development, focusing on intrinsic motivation, maximal exposure to language and students' emotional well-being. A learner-centered approach views students as active producers. So-called learning by doing stresses practical feature of the learning process as one of the best ways of acquisition. Simply said, if I want to learn something, I have to do it. Therefore, if you follow my lesson plans, your students will be active most of the time. As Ken Robinson says, creativity is as important as literacy. It's a basic step towards a change for improvement. If you develop your students' creativity, you help them to make future better. In the learning process, intrinsic motivation is our primary source of success. If I really want to reach the goal, I always do my best and it gets easier for me. So if your students study English because they want to understand the lyrics of their favorite song, it will be much easier for them than for those who learn English because their parents want them to get a good mark. Exposure to the language enables you to learn inadvertently, which is sometimes much more effective than intended learning. The higher the exposure is, the greater amount of knowledge you can acquire. Motivation, confidence and anxiety are 3 variables strongly influencing our students' success. We should always try to increase their motivation and confidence and decrease their anxiety. If you follow my lesson plans, you will be guided to do this. Now I will explain how I planned the offered ESL units so you can do it the same way when planning new lessons. Every lesson plan has 2 parts. The first part is a table with basic information about the lesson, like a targeted language level, recommended age of learners, number of students, length of the lesson, linguistic and non-linguistic aims, patterns of interaction, and needed equipment. In the second part, there is a sequence of activities. At each activity you can find its timing, purpose, or targeted language skills and systems, and a form of work. An inseparable part of each lesson plan is a tutorial video where you are given further instructions how to lead each activity. When I was preparing the plans, I got inspired by Michel Maxim's structuring. At the beginning of each lesson, I tried to make learners curious by using attractive videos and to introduce new language in context. Maxim calls this stage presentation. Then I moved to the stage of practice by guiding students to use the language properly and be able to apply it without my help. In the final stage called production, learners are asked to use the language naturally and fluently. Even though I spent much time with the plans preparation, I would like to finish this video with a thought by Jeremy Harmer. Teaching students properly is more important than meeting the plan. So that's all guys, now scroll down, choose a unit and enjoy your teaching.